Okay, and everyone, welcome to a first impression video of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, but with a little twist. So I'm on this AI dungeon website. I've known about this for at least, I think, a few years or so. And, you know, I do have a first impression, you know, of me playing just, you know, the vanilla, you know, version of it. But I just discovered this now, where someone made one based in the world of Morrowind. So this is, you know, if you've played Zork or Secret Agent or any number of those kind of text-based games where there really isn't any graphics or has very limited graphics, very rudimentary, or just, in this case, I think there's none at all. Just like with AI Dungeon, everything is just like a book, and, you know, you envision everything through the description and everything, which I love that too. I thought I'd give this a try. And I've only seen maybe 15, maybe 20 seconds of it, just to see what it was, because when I clicked on this, I saw this. Oh, see, continue. I want to start a new game. How can I do that? Created 7 hours ago. 8 actions. I would like to start over. What? Delete what? This adventure will be placed in trash. Yeah. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that. How do I get that back? Oh, no. Okay. Sorry about that. Really sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. Play. Good. Good. So it's starting over. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. You'll notice that I don't have my face in the corner this time because, I mean, I feel for something like this, it's completely text-based. And, you know, this being Elder Scrolls, you know, my favorite series, RPG series, you know, I thought it would be a bit more immersive just reading it, and you can just kind of read along and not be distracted, you know, by my face. So, so here's a quick description. It says here, Morrowind, the enigmatic homeland of the Dark Elves, the Dunmer, where desolate ashlands, dense swamps, rolling grasslands, and towering mushroom forests converge into a landscape of awe and danger. On the island of Vardenfell, a dire crisis unfolds. The deranged god Dagoth and his fanatical cultists have seized control, unleashing blighted horrors that ravage the land. With the island under strict quarantine, no one can enter or leave. This is an adaptation of the video game The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I recommend looking up a map of Vardenfell as you play to get a sense of scale. Most importantly, have fun. Well, I'm kind of familiar with the map. You know, I've been playing it as my 1,000 subscriber special. I played some of it too on original Xbox, and because really I was unable to play it on my PC, you know, back in the day. It was not strong enough. So let's go ahead and try it. Loading the adventure. Quick start or create. Okay, so now I can create a character. Okay, when I did the test, I just did quick start and just read it, and, you know, just to see if it had graphics or anything. And I don't think it had any sound, unless sound will come in later. If it does, I will just, you know, switch to the headphones. I don't think there will be. What is your name? Well, Falagar. Okay, I am male. Ah, I always go with Breton, you know. Bretons are a hybrid race of both human and elven ancestry that primarily inhabit the ancestral homeland of High Rock and the Sestries archipelago. High Rock is fractious and divided politically, which is seemingly encouraged by the layout of the land itself. They make particularly good mages. What? But there's a lot more to read. This doesn't show all. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with mage. Most mages claim to study magic for its intellectual rewards, but they also often profit from its practical applications, varying widely in temperament and motivation. Mages share but one thing in common: an avid love of spellcasting. Okay, let's go with that. This is quite good. Oh, location. So I take it this is like a starting location. Is there, okay, Seydanine. Is there Balmora? Balmora. But you know what? I really want to get a sense of, you know, how this well, of course I'll say how it differs, but beyond the, you know, the obvious of, you know, Morrowind being, you know, original Morrowind with graphics, and this one just being text-based. I want to see how it feels, you know, because you start off in Seydanine, and in there you start off as a prisoner being released. So I want to see how this differs. I wish I could really expand this, but what? Okay. Seydanine, the gateway to Vardenfell, is a small village on the southern Bitter Coast, near the Ascadian Isles, governed by House Halalu. Oh, what was that? That Dunmer's name in Oblivion, right? In the Imperial City, I think. Hi, I'm Falalu. I think her name was Falalu, right? Hi, I'm Falalu. House Halalu, right? Hi, I'm Falalu. House Falalu. House. Wait. Hi, I'm Falalu. House Halalu. Right? It kind of like rhymed a little bit. I think she was the apothecary in. I think it was called the Gilded Carafe. Okay, and guarded by the Imperial Legion. It serves as a common stop for Imperial travelers. The Great Pharaoh's lighthouse, located at the harbor mouth, guides mariners across the inner sea. Most visitors are processed through the census and excise office. That's, you know, should be very familiar to Morrowind players. At Coast Guard Station, the buildings are made of thatch and stone. Fargoth is in town searching for his ring. This is so similar to, I absolutely love this. It sets up, you know, the beginning. And I want to give just, you know, a quick shout out to immediately two people whom I've known for a few years now, possibly a little bit longer now at this point, but at least a few years, and that would be both Grumpy Scamp and Aina the Khajiit. Both are, you know, fans and players of the Elder Scrolls, so, and they have excellent Let's Plays of, you know, the series, so please do check them out. I'm gonna put their, you know, the plug to their channel in the description box, so just, you know, click it and check them out. Both Aina and Grumpy Scamp. Tell them Falagar Let Us Play sent you. So Seydanine. And faction. See, this is different. The Moragtang, the Kamanatang. The Kamanatang is Weidenfell's local crime syndicate, vehemently opposed to outlanders. Their schemes aim to drive foreigners away, tolerating them only as slaves. Despite their hostility, they have occasionally engaged in business and foreigners and have been involved in the skooma trade. And skooma is a drug, just in case you're not familiar with the Elder Scrolls. Do I have to pick one of these? No faction. You do not belong to any particular group, guild, or faction. Well, wait, is there the Mages Guild? Tribunal. 6th House. The Fighters. Oh, Imperial Mages Guild. But does it have to be Imperial? The Mages Guild, found throughout Tamriel, focuses on magicka and alchemy. Chartered by the Emperor, it offers magic services to the public, including potions, ingredients, magical items, and spells. Members receive discounts, training, and job opportunities. Locations include Balmora, Alderaan. I brought this up before in a past 1,000 subscriber special, but Alderaan, this is coming from Bethesda themselves. They kind of got the name from Alderaan, where it's not based on that planet or any lore, but they just kind of got that pronunciation, Alderaan, from Alderaan, where I think that's where Princess Leia was. That's her home planet, where she was raised, rather. Caldera, Wolverine Hall, and Vivek City. The guild is led by an archmage and a council of 5 archmagisters. Now I wonder, well, actually I could place this at the same time period as the vanilla Morrowind, because they mentioned Fargoth and how he lost his ring. So it's going to be Rannis, right? That's going to be the archmage in there. And if you've been watching those or have played it, you know that Rannis can be a little bit crooked. At least she comes off that way. Whether she has a deeper agenda or reason behind why she's the way she is, then as far as I see it, she's a little bit crooked. But let's go with that. Can I do more than one? Let me just no. Okay, I just was curious to see that. Okay, so Mages Guild. You are also a werewolf. You are not a werewolf. I'm not going to be a werewolf. Why would I start as that? I'm not going to be a vampire either. No. And here we go, generating story. I love it. So it's basically AI dungeon, but the engine of AI dungeon, but set in the Morrowind world. I love this. You, Falagar, a male Breton mage in the world of Morrowind, are exploring the desolate ashlands of Vardenfell in search of artifacts and ingredients to add to your collection of magicka. Collection of magicka. What? As you travel through the wasteland, it's a wasteland now? Well, I suppose it's ashland, but you come across a group of goblins engaged in battle with a group of Imperial soldiers. Immediately, you recognize an opportunity to test your skills against a worthy opponent. You cast, and you notice how I don't start off as a prisoner here, so right there it differs from, vanilla Morrowind. You cast a fireball spell, scorching the goblin leader and sending his troops scattered into retreat. The Imperial soldiers look on in awe as you take command, leading them to a decisive victory. After the dust settles, the leader of the soldiers approaches you and thanks you for your help. Well met, Mage Falagar. This is great. The Imperial captain greets you, his armor still warm from the heat of battle. I am Captain Valos of the Imperial Legion. You fight with the skill and precision of a true battle mage. We could use a mage of your talents in our ranks. What say you? I love that. you know, ever since with Aragorn, from what he said in Return of the King. He's telling those I forgot what you call it, but those ghosts, you know, the spirits under the mountain, right? You know, the way is shut. You know, only the dead may pass. The way is shut. When Legolas was, reading that off, it was written in Elvish or Dwarvish or something, probably Elvish, and Aragorn is trying to appeal to those ghosts that, you know, he would basically release them from their bonds that he owed the last king, if the ghosts would fight for him, you know, in this final war, you know. And it's like, what say you? Come, fight for me again, and I shall release you from your bonds. What say you? Right? Something like that. That's not exactly what he was saying. It's been a while, but what say you? I love that. That's, you know, speaking, you know, in the old tongue, which is what I love. You consider the captain's offer for a moment. Take a turn, continue, retry, or erase. I'm going to try to refrain from these. I'm more of a fan of keeping your consequences, you know, and just, it's just kind of like, kind of cheating, you know, if you do those. But, so he wishes me to join, take a turn. I'm going to decline. Or, okay, say, nay, I shall not, for I am a mage, right? I have very little interest in joining the Legion. No offense. Is that how you spell that? And I mean no disrespect to your quarry. Oh. There we go. I love that. That's great. Nay, I shall not, for I am a mage. I have very little interest in joining the Legion. No offense, and I mean no disrespect to your quarry. Captain Velas. There we go. That's good. Okay, I say that. Captain Velas, hearing your response, nods in understanding. I see, Mage Falagar. No offense taken. Oh, this... I am sorry. I am blown away by this game. You know, how far, you know, they've come. I'm sorry. Maybe if this has been around for a while, it's new to me. It's even more fleshed out and more refined than AI Dungeon, because anything goes in that one. This one, there's clearly something written already. You know, someone took the time to code in the game and write up stories. So, and it's looking for key phrases. So that's why it's, you know, it's really you know, fleshed out like that. I respect a man who knows his own mind and his own path. I hope that our paths cross again under different circumstances. The captain then signals to his soldiers, and they begin to make their way back to their post. As you watch them leave, you can't help but feel a sense of satisfaction from the battle. I love this. I was going to say, I wish I could download this, but in a way, it's almost like it's an MMO. You know, as if I was playing Elder Scrolls Online or Fallout 76. You know, you can't play that without being connected to the internet. So, okay, I will just continue with this story. The heat of the fireball spell still lingers in the air, and the smell of scorched earth fills your nostrils. The goblin bodies lay strewn about, a testament to your magical prowess. The Imperial soldiers, having regrouped, give you a nod of respect as they march off into the distance. You take a moment to gather yourself and then continue on your journey through the Ashlands. Here we go. Okay, let us continue. So I love it. So you hit continue and it's just gonna, you know, I guess AI generate or procedurally generate a story, you know. So it will always be different until you decide to take a turn, you know. The sun beats down on your helmet as you traverse the ash-covered landscape, your boots sinking into the soft earth with each step. The desolate beauty of the ashlands stretches out before you, the barren terrain, a stark contrast to your lush vegetation of your homeland in High Rock. Excellent. Let's see if we get into, you know, any kind of encounter or something interesting happens. Up ahead, you see a large, ominous structure that appears to be some sort of ancient shrine or temple, half buried in the ash. It's made of a dark, volcanic stone and is adorned with intricate carvings and symbols that you don't recognize. A feeling of unease washes over you as you approach the building, but you can't shake the feeling that there may be valuable artifacts or knowledge inside. Ooh. And being a mage, you know, knowledge is what a mage craves, right? Okay, so I will take a turn, and I will not say, but rather I'm going to do, of course. What is this? Story. See what I'm gonna do. Can I still look around? Examine the temple more closely. Let's see what happens if I do that. As you approach the ancient shrine, you notice that it is even larger than you initially thought. But right here, I'm gonna stop because I have to say, you know, Aina and Grumpy Scamp and anyone who's a fan of Elder Scrolls, you need to give this a try. It's very, very good. I mean, just already I'm how many minutes into it only, just not even half hour into it, and it's really less than a half hour because I'm going by my timer. I was talking, you know, for the most part, and I think I only played it for 10 minutes really. So, but yeah, I can, you know, I say, you know, give this a try if you are an Elder Scrolls fan, especially. With towering walls and intricate designs carved into the stone, the entrance is guarded by 2 stone statues of what appear to be warriors, their faces weathered and worn by the passage of time. The door itself is made of heavy blackened wood, bound with iron bands and reinforced with intricate locks. Ooh. Blackened wood. Iron bands are reinforced. So it's locked. So I wonder, do I go story or see? I'm not, what do you see? It's what I'm trying to do is, I don't know what spells I have. What do you do? spells. Check what available spells I know. Will it randomly generate? Okay. You reach into your spellbook and begin to skim through the pages, reviewing the spells that you have memorized. As a Breton Mage, you have a natural aptitude for magic, and your spellbook reflects this with a variety of spells at your disposal. Here are the spells you currently have prepared. Fireball. The spell allows you to hurl a ball of fire at your enemies, causing significant damage. So that is all I have. Okay, well, take a turn. And reinforced with intricate locks. I mean, I don't know if they would just trap the, the door, but look for traps on door. You approach, but because I'm asking for it, I wonder if it's going to just put that there, put a trap there because I asked, but if I didn't ask, who knows. You approach the entrance of the ancient shrine with caution, carefully examining the door and its surrounding area for any signs of traps or hidden dangers. Your keen eyes scan over every inch of the entrance, from the intricate locks to the stone statues guarding the entrance. You notice some small indentations in the stone around the door, which could potentially be trigger points for a trap. Okay. Well, what if I stand I'll say 15 feet away from the door, cast fireball at the door, right? Let's try that. As you stand about 15 feet away from the entrance, you focus your will and cast the fireball spell towards the door. The blazing orb of flames shoots through the air. Its flickering light casting long shadows on the ash-covered ground. The fireball strikes the door with a deafening crash, causing the wood to splinter and crackle under the intense heat. The flames quickly spread, licking at the intricate iron bands and carvings on the door. So is the door... Let's see. However, to your surprise, the door does not break open. Instead, the fire seems to be absorbed by the dark volcanic stone of the shrine, leaving behind only a thin wisp of smoke. The stone statues of the warriors remain unscathed, their stern faces gazing out into the distance. Seems that the door is protected by some sort of magical barrier, one that is strong enough to withstand even the fiery force of your spell. Well, okay. I suppose I can attempt to pick lock. So long as I stay away from the those indentations, I suppose. And I'm just fiddling with the with the lock. You approach the door and crouch down to examine the locks more closely. The locks are indeed intricate, with a complex series of tumblers and levers, that would challenge even the most skilled lockpick. You take out your lockpicks and begin to work on the first lock, carefully manipulating the tumblers and feeling for the sweet spot that will release the lock. It takes a few minutes, but you finally hear the satisfying click as the first lock opens. How many locks are there? Does it tell me, or did it? Okay, I suppose. Enter temple. As you open the last lock and push the heavy door open, a wave of warm, stale air washes over you. The interior of the temple is dimly lit, with only a few flickering torches and braziers providing illumination. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings and symbols, many of which you don't recognize. Oh, really? Okay, let's, only a few flickering torches and braziers providing illumination. The walls are adorned with, okay, let's continue with the story. As you step into the temple, you notice that the floor is made of smooth, polished stone. That's a thing, much like Choose Your Own Adventure books and Endless Quest books, which are, basically Choose Your Own Adventures books, but, set in the Dungeons and Dragons world. I don't want to keep taking a turn with everything, every little thing, because then I'm just, kind of writing this story. I just want to, I'll take a turn if there's really something to examine, or something to, if I'm in a fight, something like that, or which it's giving me a choice which direction to go. So, just much like a Endless Quest book, or Choose an Adventure book, or Time Machine book, or any one of those kind of, books. I want to be told the story, and I want everything to be, this AI is basically the dungeon master, and this is actually better than those books, because it's really like a dungeon master telling the story, and then you can kind of, interject and do what you want to do, as the DM is telling his story, right? Okay, and it's all procedurally generated. As you step into the temple, you notice that the floor is made of smooth, polished stone that echoes softly with each footfall. The layout of the temple is a large circular chamber with a raised platform in the center, surrounded by several smaller alcoves. The platform appears to be some sort of altar, with a large ornate crystal sitting atop it. The crystal gleams softly in the torchlight, casting prismatic patterns on the walls and ceiling. Great. As you walk towards the altar, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and reverence for the ancient temple and its mysterious crystal. You approach the altar slowly, taking care to examine your surroundings. The crystal seems to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and you can feel its power resonating within you. Suddenly, you hear a loud, rumbling noise coming from behind you. Ooh, my stomach. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's, I don't know if it's something I ate, but I've been having issues, let's just say. Ever since they removed my gallbladder. I brought that up before, but it's caused some problems. Anyways, pardon me for that. I will take a turn and take cover. hide. You quickly step back from the altar and scan your surroundings for a place to hide. To your right, you see a small alcove nestled in the wall, half concealed by shadows. You dash towards it and slip inside, your heart pounding in your chest. You press your back against the cold stone and hold your breath, listening intently for any signs of movement. So really the only spell I have right now is the fireball spell. The rumbling noise grows louder, shaking the very foundations of the temple. You peek out from your hiding place and see the stone statues of the warriors begin to stir. Dust and debris fall from their weathered faces as they come to life, their joints creaking and grinding with the force of their movement. The once still statues now stand tall, their eyes glowing with an eerie, otherworldly light. Wow. Oh boy. I don't know if they see me or not, maybe not. They draw their swords, the metal ringing out as it slices through the air. The stone warriors begin to march towards the altar, their heavy footsteps echoing throughout the chamber. It's clear that they're guarding something, and they don't take kindly to intruders. As they approach the altar, you notice something strange. Okay, let's see what it is. The crystals on the altar begins to emit a pulsating glow, growing brighter and more intense with each passing moment. The light reflects off the polished stone floor, casting long, ominous shadows on the walls. Suddenly the crystal shatters, releasing a burst of energy that sends the stone warriors flying backward. The chamber is filled with a deafening roar, and you can feel the power of the blast coursing through your veins. Ooh, really? So, stone floor casting long, ominous shadows, releasing a burst of energy. So it's maybe they weren't guarding it, but they're trying to take the crystal for themselves. As the dust settles, you see that the crystal has been replaced by a small, unassuming box. It's made of a dark, almost black metal, and it's adorned with intricate engravings. The box seems to be pulsing with energy, as if it's alive. You approach the altar cautiously, unsure of what to expect. Examine the engravings. Oop. As you move closer to the box, you notice that the engravings on its surface are unlike anything you've ever seen before. They appear to be some form of ancient, esoteric language, one that predates even the oldest known texts. The lines and curves of the writing seem to dance and flow, almost as if they're alive. You can feel a strange energy emanating from the box, a pulsing rhythm that seems to resonate with your very being. Okay, fine. I will open it. I will take a risk. Open the box. Oh, shit, I cannot type. As you reach out to the box, you can't help but feel a sense of trepidation. There's something about this object that feels incredibly powerful, and you can't quite shake the feeling that you're meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Despite your reservations, you carefully lift the lid of the box, revealing its contents. Inside you find a small, intricately carved amulet. Oh. Okay. I will examine the amulet then. Yeah. The amulet is made of silver metal with intricate patterns etched into its surface. It appears to be ancient, yet the craftsmanship is so precise that it seems almost otherworldly. This centerpiece of the amulet is pulsating gemstone, which seems to be the source of the energy you felt earlier. The gemstone is a deep blue, almost black, and it glows with a faint otherworldly light. I don't know if I can do this, but let's try it. Okay. Identify. This is, I thought, what? Identified. This is not how you spell. Wait. Oh, I put in identify amulet. Okay. Enchantment on amulet. There we go. You know, it's like identify item, right? That kind of thing. Let's see if I'm able to do that. Being a mage, right? You focus your mage's senses on the amulet to identify the enchantment within. You know, if you've ever seen Dungeons and Dragons, and this was like early mid 2000s, Wrath of the Dragon God, right? Which was filmed in Lithuania, which I do have on Blu-ray, by the way, as a double feature that comes with the first one and then the second one. But anyways, there's an elven mage there. Her name is Ormeline, and she found a ring in the goblin, the shaman, the goblin shaman's hut, and she took the ring and she Barrett, or was it a Barrack? He's the fighter of the party. He asked her, you know, do you know what the what enchantment it has? And she says it would take some time to divine, you know, its enchantment. And after like a few minutes, she was able to divine it, and it was enchanted with this spell, Smite Evil, you know, something like that. So I love that. You recognize that the amulet is imbued with a powerful ancient magic. The gemstone in its center seems to be the source of its energy, drawing power from some deep primordial force. This doesn't really tell me anything. Okay, well, let's see where this is going. The amulet hums with energy, as if eager to be worn and utilized. Its magic feels old, primal, and powerful, reminiscent of the magics used by the ancient Nidis, or even older civilizations. Now, I'm not familiar with that. It almost seems like it's getting away from Elder Scrolls lore. However, it is an older civilization, so it also makes sense. It says ancient, so maybe that's why I'm not familiar with it, or it's just a piece of lore, you know, Elder Scrolls lore that I'm unfamiliar with. It appears to grant its wearer added resistance to magical effects and a boost in magical prowess. allowing them to cast spells with greater ease and effectiveness. I love it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to equipped. How do you spell equipped? Or do I just do that? Equip amulet, right? As you lift the amulet from the box, you can feel the power coursing through it. The gemstones in its center seems to pulse with energy, as if it's alive. You carefully fasten the amulet around your neck, feeling its weight against your skin. As soon as you clasp it clicks into place, you feel a surge of power. Great, great. I got myself a relic. The amulet seems to merge with your being, its magic pulsing through your veins like a second heartbeat. You feel a newfound sense of strength, a boost in your magical prowess that allows you to tap into your reservoir of magic with greater ease and precision. As you test out your new abilities, you realize that the amulet also enhances your resistance to magical effects. Okay, this is so great. I think here is a great place to save it. You know, I mean, it's a first impression video. It's, you know, about 45-50 minutes. So I'm going to end it, and I'm going to highly recommend it. And I will continue playing this. I mean, not now, but, you know, next time I record. You know, I will play this only when I record, and it won't be first impression video anymore. I'll just kind of continue this adventure every so often. You know, and it's kind of nice to be let's playing this and also playing Morrowind, you know, in tandem with this, you know, so it's like double dose of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Do save game. Do I have to do that? Or you save game. As you secure the amulet around your neck, you take a moment to savor the surge of power that courses through your veins. The gemstone in the amulet's center glows with an otherworldly light, casting faint shadows on your face. You feel an increased connection to the magical energy around you, and your senses seem heightened. And that is where I'm going to end it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. Mainly too because it just helps with the algorithm. I guess the way it works now, it's not the same. You know, the putting the tag names don't really do much. I still do it, but you know, I think they can now more for the likes and stuff, and whether you're sharing the video or commenting and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed, and do give this game a try. You can see the website right over here, and see you all later.